This video is going to cover the topic of multiplying integers using the CHIP model. Be sure the date and topic are at the top of your page. The essential question of the video is how can we use the CHIP model to multiply integers? As we all know and have known for years, multiplying can be thought of as repeated addition. So for example, 3 times 4 could be thought of as adding 3 groups of 4. And if we wanted to use a CHIP model, which we've been using with integers, this would be quite clear. In a model, I would have 4 positive chips with either black or yellow as my indication that it's positive. And I would want to add to that, so I would have a total of 3 groups of 4. So of course I have 3 identical groups of 4, and that would mean I would have a total of 12, right? Which we all know. But what about when we have negative integers? And that's what we want to talk mostly about here in this video today. Let's start when we have a positive number times a negative number. And I'm going to use similar numbers to the ones I did in my first example. Let's do 3 times negative 4. In this case, I have 3 groups of negative 4, so I'll need to be using my negative integer chips. So to model that, I have 4 red chips. And I want to add to that so that I have 3 copies. So I will add a copy so that I have 2 groups of negative 4, and then I will add another copy. And now it is clear, right? I have 3 identical groups of negative 4. It should be pretty clear looking at it that when I add these all up, I have 4, 8, 12. I have 12 chips, but they are all negative, so my answer, my product is negative 12. So 3 times negative 4 would be negative 12. And we can do the same with a negative times a positive. And an example of this might be, I'm going to pick some different numbers here, negative 2 times 5, right? A negative 2 times a positive 5. But actually, because multiplication is commutative, we could rewrite this as 5 times negative 2, right? And then it's set up just like we had in example number 1. So I can say, all right, I'm having 2 negative chips, and I need to add to my model so that I have this 5 times, right? I need 5 groups of this negative 2, so I can do that. And since I've added all my groups, I can now count that I have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 chips, but all of them are red, they are all negative, so 5 times negative 2 is a negative 10. And at this point, you might be noticing a pattern, and that's great. Keep that in mind as we try the next example. So now we're going to turn our attention to a negative times a negative, and this is where things get a little bit complicated or a little bit different here. If I want to complete the equation negative 3 times negative 4, I first have to think about what this means. I know that I have 4 red chips, right? That's what I have here, 4 red chips. But this time I want to have negative 3 groups of the 4 red chips. And you might be asking yourself, how on earth do I have negative groups, right? That probably seems a little strange. So to answer that, we need to remember that in our first examples, when our first factor, when the first number was positive, we added groups, right? We kept adding groups as many times as our first factor told us to. So since this is negative, we need to do the opposite, which means, strangely enough, that somehow we need to remove 3 groups of negative 4, right? If before we were adding groups on, and this is the opposite, somehow we're going to need to remove the 3 groups. And to remove what we don't currently have, right? We don't have groups to remove. To remove what we don't currently have, we're going to go back to our friend, the 0 pair. I'm going to fill up my space or my board or my model with enough 0 pairs that I can remove 3 groups of negative 4. So here is my model with a whole slew of 0 pairs, right? So it's like I'm starting with nothing, but it has a whole bunch of chips there, right? It just represents 0. And now we want to have negative 3 groups of negative 4. So I need to take away 3 groups of negative 4. So here's a group of -4 that I need to take away. Here's a group of -4, that's a second group that I need to take away. And here is a third group of -4 that I need to take away, right? Now that I have successfully removed 3 groups of -4, I do have a value on my board, and that value, if I count all these black chips up, is 12, and it happens to be a positive 12. I'm left with 12 black or positive chips remaining. So -3 times -4 is -12. And since that probably seemed a little unfamiliar, let's do that one more time. Okay, so here's the number sentence that we need to complete. -5 minus -2. So our goal is to be able to remove 5 groups, right, remove them, of -2. So I need to build a model with enough 0 pairs to be able to do that. So here's one 0 pair. Here's another, and I'm going to just keep building until I have enough to take off 5 groups of my -2s. Right now I only have enough to take off 1 group, so I have to keep building. I now have a whole slew of 0 pairs, so my board is representing the value of 0 at the moment. But my job here is to try to remove 5 groups of -2. So I can take out these 2 negatives. That's one group. I can take out these 2, these 2, these 2, and these 2, right? I've taken off 5 groups of -2, which is what I wanted to do. That was the goal of my number sentence, which leaves me with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I have 10 left over, and they're all positive. So a -5 times a -2 is a -10. With this model in mind, I want you to complete the following. Decide what you think the product is of each of these 3 number sentences to complete them. Have those filled in, as well as the rest of your notes ready for class. And as you're reflecting on these notes, think about any rules or algorithms you can share in class tomorrow for multiplying integers. And the essential question of this video, of course, was how to use the chip model to multiply integers and how to use that to help us understand and visualize what we need to do.